In this video, we are going to study Lowry-Bronsted concept or Bronsted-Lowry concept of acids and bases. Depending upon the ways you would classify acids and bases, you know there are different ways to classify acids and bases. One of it is classical definition, the other is Arrhenius concept. There were so many limitations to Arrhenius concept, and so we are moving on to Lowry-Bronsted concept. According to Lowry-Bronsted, what an acid means. So let us see this. Simply students, you have to remember that Lowry-Bronsted concept is only a proton transfer theory. Or it is only a proton transfer concept. What is the meaning of proton, students? Protons means H. Means there must be a H transfer from one species to another, and on that basis we will be classifying acids and bases. So let us see what is an acid according to Lowry-Bronsted. To make you understand this concept, I am taking one example. Through that example, you can define acid and a base depending upon Lowry-Bronsted. For that, I am taking a strong acid like HCl, and I am mixing this, or I am making a reaction with NH3, that is ammonia. Always you have to use a reversibility sign here. Why? That I will define, or I will explain as I proceed further. Here if I see there is a proton transfer, so I will get NH4 positive plus Cl minus. Now what has happened here, student? This is HCl. If I see this Cl minus, HCl has lost its proton, right? So if HCl has lost its proton, or it means what? It has donated a proton to someone. If I see this particular reaction, here this ammonia has accepted, or it has gained a proton, and it has become ammonium ion. Who is losing the proton? HCl is losing the proton. So any species that loses a proton is an acid according to Lowry-Bronsted. Any species that gains a proton is a base according to Lowry-Bronsted concept. So which particular species is acid here according to Lowry-Bronsted is HCl. So HCl is an acid according to Lowry-Bronsted. So let us see the definition. I think through this example, concept becomes more easy to understand. So what is an acid according to Lowry-Bronsted? So according to Lowry-Bronsted, acid is a substance that can donate or give a proton to the other substance or the species. See the example here, HCl plus water. What you will get here? HCl and water. Water will become H3O plus, that is hydronium ion, and Cl will become this HCl will become Cl minus. What HCl is becoming? It has lost the proton. So HCl is an acid according to Lowry-Bronsted. Very easy examples. So one thing is very important, that the species must have a proton in order to donate it. Now if I see the same example here, can water donate a proton? Even water can donate a proton, but here this HCl will not accept this because of the valency of chlorine here. So in this example, this is a acid. I'll take one more example where I will define, or I will explain how water is acting as an acid. So for that I will take water plus ammonia. What will be the product now, student? It will be NH4 plus and OH minus, right? The first possibility, what is getting formed here? What water is becoming here is a hydroxide. What it has lost? It has lost a proton. So what is water here? Water is an Lowry-Bronsted acid according to the definition, right? So this is an example. Can there be one more possibility for this reaction? Yes, it can be. If I see water plus ammonia, it can give me NH2 minus plus H3O plus. amide ion and hydronium ion. Now what water is doing? Water is accepting a proton. Now who is losing a proton is ammonia. So here ammonia is acting as an acid. It is losing that proton. So this type of reactions very important. You should know how to write the reactions. Any species cannot be formed. There are some specific species what you are supposed to form. So let us considering the second example here. I can say that water is an acid according to Laurie Bronsted. So what is an acid according to Laurie Bronsted, student? According to Laurie Bronsted, acid is a substance that can donate a proton to the other species, that is an acid. Now what do you think will be the definition for a base? That is also easy. So according to Laurie Bronsted, base is a species or a substance that accepts or it takes or it gains a proton from the other species. Say for example, I'll repeat the example. It will be a practice for you. So this I am writing here. What happens here is NH4 plus and Cl minus. What is happening to this? It has lost. So I will not consider this. For this, if I see this, what it is doing is it is gaining a proton. So this is Laurie Bronsted base. Clear, students? This is an acid. So those are the things about Laurie and Bronsted. As I said, there is a transfer of proton. So the next theory under Laurie Bronsted, which is very important, that is conjugate acid base pair. What is the meaning of conjugate acid base pair? Before that, I am giving one example, that is if I take water plus water, what will be the products and which one will act as an acid and a base according to Laurie Bronsted. A simple concept goes, here I have mixed water plus water. What I should get, the immediate answer must be plenty of water, right? It's not here, the jokes apart. Now let us see what the answer will be. One molecule will be H3O plus and the other molecule will be OH minus here. So this water, suppose I call this as 1, and if it is forming this, what it is doing? It is accepting the proton. So here I will call this base. Here it is donating the proton, so I will call this acids. There are techniques, that is labeling techniques, which can be used to detect or find out which water molecule will act as acid and base. So this is the best example. Water plus water, hydronium and hydroxide ions, they are formed. So here in this reaction we have this as base. You can have this as acid and this as base. It's up to you, right? Now next let us see what is conjugate acid base pair. So this is very important. For that I am taking one example here. So let us see what is conjugate acid base pair. To know this, let us take the simple example what we are practicing here, that is this. What I will get here is NH4 plus and Cl minus. Now students, first I will check which particular proton transfer is taking place. Here if I see HCl is becoming Cl minus, means HCl is losing a proton, means it is donating the proton. So I will call this HCl as acid. So I will mark this acid 1, right? If I see the other side of this, what is formed from this HCl is Cl minus. There are some hints what I am giving, so please note down those hints what are there. First hint is any species which is negatively charged can gain any H plus charged species. Means now this Cl minus which is negatively charged, can it accept H plus? Yes, it can accept H plus, and when it will accept that H plus, it will form again HCl. So if I see this part of the reaction, what is that Cl minus is acting as? If a proton is given to it, what will happen? It will accept that and it will become HCl. Means this, can I call this as base 1? We call this as conjugate base of HCl. The fragment which differs by a proton, that is called as a conjugate. This is HCl here. I will call this as acid 1. This is forming Cl minus. So this is its conjugate base. So I will name this as B1. Let us see this NH3. What NH3 is doing, student? NH3 is gaining one proton and forming this. If it is gaining a proton, means what? It is a base. I have already given this B1, so I will call this base 2. What I will call this, student? This is the conjugate acid of NH3. Why I call this acid? Now the second point, what is important, if a species has a positive charge, then it cannot gain H plus, it can release H plus. Now if I see this, what it can do is, it can release H plus back. So what I will call this? A2. Now what are the conjugate acid base pairs? So the first acid base pair is HCl and Cl minus. Acid base pair. Which is the second acid base pair is ammonium and NH3. The question asked is, give the acid base pair. So you have to write acid first, then followed by its base. Acid first, followed by its base. Let us take one more example so that you will understand that better. Second example is HCl plus water. How I will write this? It will give me H3O plus and Cl minus. Very easy now. Let us see what is happening to HCl. HCl is losing one proton. So what is this, student? This is your acid 1. This is the conjugate. This is an acid, so it will act as a base. So conjugate base of HCl. What I will call this? B1. I got the first acid base pair, that is HCl and Cl minus. Come to this. Water is gaining a proton. So what is water here? Is a base. It is B2. What is this now? This is the conjugate acid of water. What you will call this? A2. So what are the pairs now, student? Acid base pairs. The first is HCl and Cl minus. The second is hydronium and water. Let us take the next example and let's see if you can do it. You can solve it simultaneously with me. Slightly difficult example, but let us see what it is. It is H2SO4 plus water. Now if I see this, what I will form is, H2SO4 is a oxoacid. Now when I dissolve that in water, what it will form is HSO4 minus. It has lost one proton, so you will have a minus charge here. Now this will be H3O plus. Right? Then let us see which are the acids and bases. If I say this HSO, it is here in this form. So this is the first thing what is happening here. What is H2SO4 doing is, it is losing a proton. So what I will call this, student? Any species which donates. So this is my A1. This is the acid. What I will call this as B1. This I will call it as a conjugate base of H2SO4. So it is B1. Next, if I see water, water is becoming hydronium. So this is your base 2 and this is the conjugate acid of water. What I will call that? I will call that as A2. Right? So what are the pairs formed here, student? So the pairs are acid base pairs. You might get a question in the exam, give the base acid pairs. So you have to reverse it. So the first will be H2SO4 and HSO4 minus is the first pair. The second pair is hydronium and H2O. So this is the answer. Now the very important advantage of this theory is to know whether the substance is acidic or basic. You don't have to dissolve that substance in water. Like it was a necessity or it was compulsorily to be added in water for Arrhenius concept. So that one limitation we have overcome in this theory. Second very important thing is what can be the limitation for this theory, that it must have a proton, because this theory completely is based on proton transfer, that is proton acceptance or proton loss, and therefore the species must have a proton in it. Means if a species does not have a proton, you cannot classify it as an acid or a base based on this Lorentz-Bronsted concept. Now, if the reaction is not given, then how you will classify the given species as acids or bases? So for that, I am giving some trick here. Say for example, I have this H2SO4. Now you have to explain me whether it is an acid or a base. One important thing what you have to see is, are there protons present here in the molecule? So you will check the protons. Second, check the negative or the positive charge. That's it, what you have to do. Now, if there is a negative charge, means it can accept a proton. Negative charge can accept a proton, and a positive charge if present, it can donate a proton. This is very easy. Now, if I see this H2SO4, is there any positive or negative charge? There is no positive or negative charge. So I will not go for this concept. There are protons, so they can be donated, and therefore this is Lorentz-Bronsted acid. So how to classify them? This is the shortcut. Let me take few more examples here under this. So I'm writing all the examples and then we will classify. The second example is HSO4 minus. Next is SO4 2 minus, OH minus. Then I have HS minus. I have S minus minus. I have H2S. So many examples I have. Let us classify simultaneously. If I see the molecule, there is a negative charge. If there is negative charge, means what, student? It can accept a proton. Means it can accept a proton, right? But simultaneously, there is a proton also present. Means it can donate also. Such species that can accept a proton as well as have a tendency to donate a proton, such species, they are called as amphoteric in nature. Means what, students? They can act as acid, they can act as a base, and so we call them amphoteric. Means it has both the tendencies to gain as well as to donate. Let us see this example. There is no proton, so that means it cannot donate. There is a minus charge, means it can only accept. So this is Lorentz-Bronsted base. If I say this, there is a minus charge, means it can accept. There is a proton, means it can donate. So this is amphoteric. Next, if I say this, I think you can make out there is a charge, there is a proton, this is amphoteric. This has only charge, it can only accept, it cannot donate. So it can accept means it is Lorentz-Bronsted base. If I say this, there is no negative charge, means it cannot accept, it can only donate. So this is Lorry-Bronsted acid. So this is how you can classify the examples under Lorry-Bronsted acid, base or amphoteric in nature. So if you remember the two examples what we have seen, that is the first example of HCl, very important. The last example what we will see is here, if I take HCl and I add this to water, and the second example is NH3 plus water. If I write these particular examples here and complete the reactions here, I will get this, and for this I will get NH4 plus and OH minus. We have already seen those examples. If I check out this here, water is acting as a base. If I check this here, ammonium, if I see, it is gaining, means this is a base here. So here water is acting as an acid. So water can act as both acid as well as base. So depending upon this, to what you are adding. If I add this to an acid, it will act as a base. If I add that to a base, it will act as an acid. This type of tendency is called as amphoteric nature of water. Like you have amphibians. So similarly, amphoteric nature of water. What is amphoteric means, students? Amphoteric means water here in this example, or species that can act as acid as well as a base depending upon the substance to which you add it. So this type of substances, we call them as amphoteric in nature. So you know now what are Lorry-Bronsted acid, base, what is a conjugate acid, conjugate base. What is a conjugate acid base, student? It only differs by a proton. Species that differs by a proton, they are called as conjugates. And you have to use this sign here. Very important thing, that you don't have to dissolve this substance in water to know whether it is acid or a base. The only thing is it should have a proton to check the proton transfer. So this is what is Lorry-Bronsted concept. Thank you, students.